Listen or watch, my friend. Brother to me, to be knows the trend. We all need to understand. Oh, let's make a stand. Follow the program now on social platforms. Wow, just get informed, my friend. Oh, ye in Netherlands, you need to know. Ye, we all need to know. Oh, you.
I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. You need to know, you need to know, you need to know. We all need to know. What do you need to know? What do I need to know? What do we all need to know? Today, by the special grace of God, we are going to see another Bible verse that says women should be silent. Last time we talked about the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 to 12. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11 to 12. Today we are going to be looking at 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34 to 35. The book of Timothy, the first Timothy is talking about the Ephesians, and this one is also talking about the Corinthians. So we are going to, tomorrow we are going to see the similarities, we are going to see the differences, we are going to see the complementarians, we are going to see the egalitarians, so that they'll be able to compare and contrast. So by the special grace of God, we are going to be looking at the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verses 34 to 35. Bible says women should be silent. Is it true or is it not true? Let's go there. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34 to 35 says, "Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the Lord. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husband at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in church." Are you sure it's a shame for a woman to speak in church? You are saying yes, you are saying no. Let's go there. So no doubt about it, the author of that place is Apostle Paul. The audience, the Church of Corinth, a diverse congregation. Corinthian is a metropolitan city, a diverse congregation, struggling. They are struggling with division, they are struggling with disorder, they are struggling with misuse of spiritual gift. So Paul now wrote a letter to them. So the cultural background. Corinthian was a Greco-Romanian city where women typically had limited educational opportunities. In worship gatherings, social norms and disorderly speech could disrupt fellowship. Women can be shouting, they can be doing, when pastor is preaching, they can be doing other things. Don't forget, they are not educated during those era. So what is the literary context? Chapter 14 deals with order in corporate worship. Therefore, 1 to 15, chapter 1 to 25 talks about prophecies and tongues. Chapter 26 to 33 talks about maintaining order in the assembly, in the church. Chapter 34 and 35 now is talking about instruction. Don't forget, you have to read the pretext, text, and the post-text. So verse 34 to 35 now is talking about instruction about women participation. Instruction about women participation, how a woman can participate. So don't forget, verses 1 to 25 talks about prophecy and tongues. Verses 26 to 33 talks about maintaining order in the assembly. Verse 34 to 35 talks about instruction about women participation. Verse 36 to 40 talks about final appeal for order. That means before he wrote that letter, there is disorder. So thus, Paul concerned in orderly edifying worship, not a blanket silence. Don't silence women in church. So speak. So let's look at it one after the other. It says silence. Silence in Greek meaning is sigao. What is the meaning of sigao? It is to be quiet or hold back speech. Paul uses the same verb earlier in verse 28 and 30. For tongue speakers and prophets, many remain silent in turn. That is, it should be turn by turn. So speak, that is lalein, meaning general words for speaking. Here it may refer to disrupt chapter, questioning or weighing, judging prophecy. He also talks about law, which is nomos. though nomos in Greek is law. That is possibly a reference to Genesis chapter 2. That is creation order of man and women, or to generally the Jewish teaching. What is the meaning of this passage? Paul instructs the women should not engage in certain kind of disruptive speech during the assembly. Likely refers to questioning and interrupting during prophecy or teaching, since many women lack formal training. Not all, many. So judging prophecies, which was a role tied to authority in the assembly. You can see verse 29. The command to ask their husband at home suggests the issue was learning in orderly or disruptive way, not forbidding women from all participation. That means Paul was not saying don't stop women. That's not. It's not saying no, don't allow women to speak at all. No, it's talking about disorderly. Women can be so disorder, but it's not saying they must be disorder. What is the significance? Order in worship. Order in worship means Paul's main concern is that all things be done decently and in order. Not that a woman should be permanently silent in church. No, that's not what Paul is saying. Roles distinction. That is, Paul, I found women praying. I found women prophesying according to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 15. So the prohibition here is situational, not absolute. Authority in the church. Leadership roles involve judgment of prophecies and doctrine were reserved for qualified men. That is, authority in church were reserved for people that are qualified. Therefore, affirmation of women. Paul recognizes women as active participants. They are active participants in the Spirit's work, but within God's structure for worship. What is the common interpretation? Absolute silence. Some wrongly use this to silence women completely, which is wrong. But Paul elsewhere encouraged women to pray and prophesy, according to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 5. If Paul says women should be silent, why is he also saying women should pray and prophesy? Contradiction with Paul's other teaching. When read in isolation, when you read Bible in isolation, this seems harsh, but the whole world, but in the whole Paul's letter, women serves as a co-worker. Romans chapter 16, verses 1 to 7. Philippians chapter 4, verses 2 to 3. Therefore, cultural only reading. Some argue this only apply to Corinthians culture, while cultural element exists. Paul appeals to orderly creation principle, which suggest a broader relevance. So what is the application today? How do you apply this verse today? How do I apply it? So encourage women learning. That is, let them go to Bible school, let them study. Just as Paul expected women to learn. Churches should equip women to deep biblical knowledge. Let them have the biblical knowledge. Let them go to Bible school. Women are becoming president. Women are founder. Women are prophesy. So therefore, encourage women to learn, to have deep biblical knowledge. Maintain order in worship. Both men and women must avoid speech that disturb the gathering assembly. You see men, even when somebody is preaching, teaching in church, you see people moving out, going out, taking their phone. That's what Paul is talking about. Like, let there be order. While somebody is preaching, you are just moving up and down, you are discussing. That's what Paul is talking about. It's not saying women should not preach. It's not saying women should not teach. It's talking about maintaining order. Both men and women must avoid speech that disturb the gathering assembly. Therefore, honor biblical roles. Churches should design faithfully how teaching, prophecy, and authority are exercised. We see on top of prophecies that is not even in line with the Bible. All kinds of jargons. So, guard against misuse. Therefore, these texts should never be used to devalue women, but to uphold order and edification in worship. It is to uphold order. You don't need that verse that women should keep quiet, women must not speak, so women must not preach. God created women the way He created you. So in summary, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34 to 35 does not command women to be permanently silent. No. In church, rather, it addresses destructive speaking and authoritative judgments of prophecies, judging others, that is, urging others, and submission to God's design. Women participated in prayer, they participated in prophecies, but were called to exercise their gift within God's structure of worship. That's what the Bible is saying. There's no place that says women should not preach, women should keep quiet. God bless you. God be with you. Put your comment down as God will answer it. Shalom.